You're listening to This Woman Can, episode 20. What does balance for better mean to you? Welcome to This Woman Can, the women's leadership podcast and your source of information related to women's leadership, female entrepreneurship, personal success and career advancement. I'm your host, Janice Sutherland, executive coach, leadership development expert, and the author of This Woman Can, the no bullshit guide for women who lead. And now, this week's episode. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of This Woman Can. And I don't know about you, but I've been having one of those off weeks, when you're not quite sure, you feel a little unsettled, and you just want to switch off a little bit. So I did. And but that gave me a bit of a backup as what to talk about this week and what to talk about this week's episode. But last week we celebrated International Women's Day. And the whole of March is officially Women's History Month. Now, I don't know about where you live, but we took it very seriously, and we had a number of platforms offering women the chance to meet, celebrate, talk, and listen to different viewpoints regarding International Women and what it all means. For my contribution, I delivered a keynote for the Made in Manchester Women's Summit in Jamaica. So yes, I did do something. But every year, International Women's Day, it brings a new theme, and 2019 was no different, with the subline of balance for better. And I saw photos of women imitating balance scales, which, to be honest, I took for like emoji shrugs. And I really wanted to take some time to reflect on what the whole term balance for better really meant to me. Now, I already have my own issues with singling out a day for women, because I firmly believe that we should be celebrated every day. What we do, we should be highlighted every day. But conversely, I also see the need to single out the disparities often experienced across the genders. Secondly, we have the word balance in the strapline, balance for better. And balance is thrown about so much for women as a nirvana state that we need to attain, or in order to live our best life, that elusive work-life balance, that it becomes more of a hindrance than a help when we look at it. And anyone who's ever attempted to balance anything, life or scales, know that it's a painstaking process that takes time, patience and commitment for us to get the best results. And in my experience, whoever tried it, it really isn't an easy thing to achieve. And then thirdly, call me a cynic, but I saw absolutely loads of social media posts by organisations highlighting the women in their business, some of them who've been there for years. And it all came across to me as a bit of a PR stunt, because I would love to see this on regular, because the day's gone and I haven't seen another reference to the women in the organisations again. So I don't want it to be just a day for you just to get brownie points. I need to see this on a regular. And let me share something with you. The whole exercise, that particular exercise for organisations, it reminded me of the days when my ex-husband would pick up the kids for a few hours to show them off to some long-lost relative, and then they wouldn't hear from him again for a few weeks. But it was all done to make him look better, to boost his ego. So it didn't really lie well with me, but that's me. So on reflection, what does the hashtag balance for better mean to me? And focusing on the work I do and the women I work with, as you know, I do executive coaching. I work with women across their careers and to develop their leadership skills, to navigate the career glass ceiling. And I find there are three areas that we struggle to find balance. The first thing is pay. Yes, salary. The gender pay gap is real. But if we wait around for the world or some cause to put it right, we'll be waiting a long time. And I see so many women reluctant to highlight not just the disparities in their pay to the higher-ups, but also being able to confidently state what they bring to the table, which is the whole thing, and why they're totally deserving of being paid fairly for their worth. And as women, we need to take ownership of that and recognise our self-worth is not a reflection of our net worth. Self-care, I'm a big on this. Know when to prioritize yourself over work, over family, over friends, over everything. We all know that we can find reasons to do more work. There's always more work to do. We know that. And we mostly always put our family first before our own needs. That's why we get into such a tizzy sometimes. And those who know me will know that I'm no fan of the work-life balance fairy tale. But I'm a huge advocate of me time. And I do believe we can do more with regards to self-care through establishing personal boundaries and harnessing the power of saying no, which again, I know so many women struggle to do. Careers, well, far too many challenges here. As I said, I help women on the career ladder, but there are far too many challenges here to list. But strive for equal opportunities to develop our potential by being fairly rewarded for our contribution is one. And that's regardless of gender. Seeing a better gender balance reflected in workforce demographics across organisations, especially in senior leadership, and for us to have the confidence to step up to those roles. More breakthroughs into male-dominated industries, companies working to accommodate balance for everyone. Work-life conflict, because it is a conflict more than a balance, is experienced by men and women, and those with and without children. Yet the conversations about workplace flexibility usually reflect around what moms need. And that just stigmatizes them as the only ones being needy and restricting the conversation. And I really could go on. But those are my few thoughts around the balance for better and where we need to work. And that's the work I continue to do. Now, you may have a totally different take on balance for better. But I guess that's the point. It does mean different things to different people. The important thing is for us to be heard. But to be heard, we have to speak up. So over to you. What does balance for better mean to you? And what actions are you going to take? Now, before I finish off there, let me just share one viewpoint I came across when I was researching what other writers were thinking about this. And the one comment I came across, which has been really winding me up, and I don't know what you think about it, but the suggestion they had for creating better balance or balance for better was building more innovative products that can help women with house chores to make their lives easier. We already have a lot, such as iRobot dishwasher, which was invented by a woman, Josephine Cochran, washing machine dryer. Now, wouldn't it be nice if there's a machine that can do ironing in just 1 minute for one piece? We still have a long way to go. So anyway, let me just sign off this week. Let me know your views on what balance for better means to you. Drop me a line on my social media pages. I am Janice Sutherland at Instagram and Facebook, or email me info@JaniceSutherland. Until next week, remember, if I can, you can, this woman can. Take care. You've been listening to the This Woman Can podcast, brought to you by This Woman Can, the no bullshit guide for women who lead, available on Amazon and Kindle. For more information about the training and consulting services offered for women who lead, including one-on-one executive coaching and group masterminds, visit thiswomancan.coach.